The photography world is currently obsessed with megapixels, autofocus tracking speeds, and video bitrates that nobody actually needs. We are being drowned in a sea of plastic bodies and sterile sensors. But in the middle of this digital noise, a ghost is rising from the streets of Japan. For years, the Fujifilm X-Pro line has been the outsider's camera. It was the tool of the purist, the street photographer who didn't want a computer with a lens, but a soul with a shutter. And now, in 2025, the rumors have finally coalesced into a reality that is sending shockwaves through the community. The Fujifilm X-Pro 4 is here, and it is the most controversial, beautiful, and necessary camera ever made. Welcome to my channel Tech Launch. Subscribe my channel and click on the bell icon for the new tech updates. If you've been thinking about selling your gear to switch to Sony, or if you've been waiting for the X106 to finally come back in stock, you need to stop. Because the X-Pro 4 isn't just a camera, it's a rebellion against the modern world. Think about why we take photos in the first place. Is it to have the sharpest file in the world, or is it to feel something? The X-Pro series has always been about the feeling. But let's be honest, the X-Pro 3 was a gamble. That hidden screen was a love it or hate it moment that divided the fanbase. With the X-Pro 4, Fujifilm isn't just fixing the past. They are redefining the future of tactile photography. The leaks from the internal testing groups suggest a body that feels less like a gadget and more like a Leica M-series killer. We are talking about a refined titanium Duratect coating that doesn't just resist scratches, it ages with you. It develops a patina that tells the story of every mile you've walked and every street corner you've staked out. But what's under the hood is where things get truly insane. Fujifilm has finally brought the 40-megapixel X-Trans 5 sensor to the rangefinder body. But they didn't just drop it in and call it a day. They've tuned it. The X-Pro 4 features a dedicated, analog film engine. This isn't just another film simulation. This is a hardware-level integration that mimics the grain structure and highlight roll-off of actual 35mm film in a way that software can't replicate. We are seeing the return of the hidden screen, but with a twist. The rumors suggest a dual-axis flip-down mechanism that satisfies both the purists who want it closed and the creators who need to see what they're doing. It's the ultimate compromise that actually works. Let's talk about the viewfinder, the heart of the X-Pro experience. The Hybrid Viewfinder has been completely overhauled for 2025. The electronic viewfinder portion now sports a 5.76 million dot OLED panel with a refresh rate that makes reality look laggy. But the optical viewfinder, that's the magic. They've increased the magnification and added digital frame lines that adjust in real time based on your lens's focal length with zero parallax error. It feels like you're wearing a heads-up display from the future while looking through a piece of glass from 1950. This is the zen of photography, being able to see the world outside the frame before it enters your composition. But why is the USA audience so obsessed with this specific camera right now? It's because of the TikTokification of photography. Everyone has an X106. It's become a fashion statement. The X-Pro 4 is the answer for the person who wants that Fuji magic but needs the versatility of interchangeable lenses. It's for the professional who is tired of carrying a heavy full-frame rig but refuses to sacrifice image quality. With the new X Processor 5, the autofocus isn't just fast, it's predictive. It uses deep learning to recognize not just eyes and faces, but the human form in low light, through rain, and behind glass. For a street photographer, this is the difference between a masterpiece and a missed opportunity. There is a secret feature being whispered about in the forums, something Fujifilm hasn't officially confirmed, but the source code suggests global grain synthesis. Imagine a camera that doesn't just add a grain filter over your image, but actually builds the image using a grain-like structure at the sensor level. It creates a texture that is so organic, so undigital, that you'll find yourself zooming in 200% just to admire the noise. This is the death of the clinical look. In an era where AI can generate a perfect image, Fujifilm is betting on the beauty of imperfection. They are betting on the vibe. Now, let's address the price. The X-Pro 4 is expected to launch at a premium. Some are saying it will push $2,000 for the body alone. People will complain. They will say you can buy a full-frame Sony A7 IV for that price. And they are right. You can. But the person who buys an X-Pro 4 doesn't want a Sony. They don't want a spec sheet. They want a companion. They want a camera that makes them want to leave the house. The X-Pro 4 is the only camera on the market that challenges you to be a better photographer. It doesn't do the work for you, it works with you. It demands that you understand light, that you understand timing, and that you understand the soul of a moment. The Ergonomics have also seen a massive Pro upgrade. The ISO dial is no longer a lift and twist nightmare, it's a tactile, lockable beauty. The shutter button has been tuned to have a mechanical click that feels like a vintage Leica. Even the sound of the shutter has been acoustically engineered to be a whisper, not a clack. It's the ultimate stealth machine. You can stand 2 feet away from someone on the subway, take their portrait, and they will never know you were there. This is the power of the rangefinder form factor perfected for the digital age. As we look at the landscape of 2025, cameras are becoming more and more like smartphones. They are becoming boring. But the Fujifilm X-Pro 4 is a statement. It's Fujifilm saying, we still care about the art. It's a camera that refuses to follow the rules. It doesn't have a giant grip, it doesn't have a billion buttons, and it doesn't try to be a video powerhouse, even though it can shoot 6K internally if you really ask it to. It is, first and foremost, a tool for the eyes. If you are a photographer in America today, you are likely feeling digital fatigue. You're tired of editing for hours to make your photos look less like digital files. The X-Pro 4 is the cure for that fatigue. It gives you straight-out-of-camera JPEGs that look better than most people's labored raw edits. It gives you a shooting experience that is tactile, intentional, and rewarding. It's the kind of camera that you'll keep for 10 years, not 2. It's an heirloom. So, as the official announcement nears, the hype is reaching a fever pitch. The stock will be low, the demand will be high, and the scalpers are already warming up their bots. But if you can get your hands on one, if you can feel that titanium body in your palm and look through that hybrid finder, you'll realize that the wait was worth it. The X-Pro 4 isn't just the best Fujifilm camera ever made, it might be the last pure camera we ever get. In a world of AI and automation, the X-Pro 4 is a celebration of the human eye. It's time to stop looking at screens and start looking through glass again. The streets are waiting. Are you ready to see them for real? It ages with you. It develops a patina that tells the story of every mile you've walked and every street corner you've staked out. But what's under the hood is where things get truly insane. Fujifilm has finally brought the 40-megapixel X-Trans 5 sensor to the rangefinder body. But they didn't just drop it in and call it a day. They've tuned it. The X-Pro 4 features a dedicated analog film engine. This isn't just another film simulation. This is a hardware-level integration that mimics the grain structure and highlight roll-off of actual 35mm film in a way that software can't replicate. We are seeing the return of the hidden screen, but with a twist. The rumors suggest a dual-axis flip-down mechanism that satisfies both the purists who want it closed and the creators who need to see what they're doing.